Hey, what's up, musers? This is John at Muse for You, and I'm really excited to be showing you this another widget. Just really love this widget. I think I'm going to make a lot of use out of it. I'm just going to jump into it real quick and show you the examples of the widget. It's called Animated Border Menus, and it just adds a really interesting menu to your website. So I'm going to go to the shop. I'm going to go to museforyoushop.com. And I'm going to click on Shop Now, and then it's right here. It's called Animated Border Menus. So I'll click on it, and then I'll click on Preview to preview the widget. And we have 5 different examples. There's actually 5 different menus that you can use, or yeah, 5 different menus within the widget, and I have an example of each. And here we can see a good description of it. You can choose from 5 different menus. You can choose from over 700 Google fonts. You can use the fonts from Typekit that are directly in Adobe Muse, and I'll show you how to do that. It's fully responsive for desktop, tablet, and mobile, so you can drop it into any of the devices, and it'll scale perfectly and really good for those devices. So it's fully responsive. And you can choose from over 660 icons from the Font Awesome icon set, and I did upgrade the icon set with the latest Font Awesome icons. They just added about 65 or 66 new icons, and I've updated that in this widget so that you can access all those icons. And everything is customizable: border color, text color, fonts, font size, icon color, icon size, trigger color, and more. And I'll show you all that in the examples. And you can add an image to the menu, so I'll go over that, but it's just really cool, and it can work really well for branding and add a lot of interest to your website. And that's what the zip file includes: the .mula file, license agreement, and quick start user guide. So here we have the widget options. And very well. So that's the preview page, and now we're going to look at the examples. So I'm going to click on example 1, and then I have this kind of hipster website that I've created, and the menu is actually right here in the corner. So no matter how big or how small you make the browser, the menu button will stay in the left hand corner. This is the first example. The other examples are in different places in different corners, but this is example 1. So here's the menu button, the trigger. So I click on it, and there it is. As you can see, it's really cool. Like, I just really enjoyed making this widget and using it. It's just like a lot of fun. And then you have the buttons here, and here's where you can change from the 660 different icons from Font Awesome. You can change the icons here, and then you can link it to any website or page that you'd like within your Adobe Muse website. And I'll go over an example of that within this video tutorial. All right, sounds good. So there it is. And then I've added this image here so that you can add your logo. So like when the user clicks on the trigger, it adds the logo, and then you can add whatever color you want for the background, and you can make the background a different opacity. You can set it from like really have an opacity that's really low, so like it's you can see through the background, or you can set it really high to like 1, and the background will just be solid. So this could actually be just a solid yellow without seeing through to the website in the background. All right, and as you can see, you can scroll through the website while the menu is open, which is really cool. And then you just click out to get out of the menu, or you can click the trigger, or you can click anywhere here, and it'll click out. So that's the first example, and I've used a few other widgets from the Muse for You shop. From the Muse for You shop, and you can visit the shop to check out those other widgets. So this example site has a few different widgets, but right now I'm going over the animated border menus widget. So that's the first example, and then we'll go to example 2, and the trigger is right up here to the upper left hand corner. And there it is. And all of this is you can style all this, change the colors on all of the menus. And as you can see, I've changed the background color from that yellow to a white. And the hover on the icons are a little bit different color. The icons are a different color, and the hover is a different color. And the trigger button, you can set the trigger button color as well. All right, so that's the second example. It's a lot of fun. And again, it's fully responsive. and you can just go like that. And oh yeah, the other thing I did is I made the image within the menu responsive. So if you scale the menu, the image inside is responsive, and you can set the percentage of how big or how small you want the image, and you can actually set it in pixels as well if you didn't want to use percentages. But percentages allow for a responsive image, so that when you scale the browser, or change the browser width, the image scales with it, or yeah, the image scales. All right, very good. So that's the second example, and I'll just go back to the shop here, and I'll go to example 3. And the trigger is right here at the bottom. As you can see, it's a different color, and this one's a lot of fun too. So we can see we have text first here, and you can change the text. So you have 3 different menu text here that you can add, and then when you scale the browser, it turns into the icons, which is really cool. So for tablet and mobile, you'll see the icons. Yeah, you'll most likely see the icons. Yeah, because of the width. And then if you scale to like a desktop version, you'll see the text. And you can set the text font to anything you'd like, from the Google fonts to the Typekit fonts from Adobe Muse. Yeah, and I'll get into that. And the trigger color, you can see that the trigger changes the color on this menu, this particular menu. It has an initial color, and then when you click on it, it turns to a different color, and you can set those colors within the widget. And then here I've added my Muse for You logo for the menu background image to add branding and interest. It's really cool, and I've changed the background color there as well. It's a little bit more green, and it has an opacity of 0.3. I think yeah, it's 0.3. Excuse me. So okay, that's example 3. And now we'll go back to example 4, or we'll go to example 4, and the trigger is over here to the bottom right hand corner. So if I click on it, we can see the colors are different again, and I have the Muse for You background image there, and I have kind of a pink color now with probably the opacity of 0.3. So very good. And here you can have 8 icons here, or 8 menu items. So we have 5 here, and we have 3 here. And again, you can change all these icons in the font from the Font Awesome library, and you can do that all within the widget. You just select the drop down and select the icon. So actually, if you go to Font Awesome, I'll leave a link in the description area below, and you can check out all the icons, and all of these are in the drop down in the widget. So you can look around and say, hey, I like maybe this cubes icon, and then you just go back into the widget and you change it to that icon. All right, very good. So that's Font Awesome. I'll leave the link in the description area below so you can check that out. All right, so it looks good. And then I'll go back to example 5 here, and then the trigger is over here to the upper left hand corner. This one's really cool. So I'll click on it, and you can see you have text here and icons. So you can put maybe social media icons down here, and you can put your menu items here, and all of these menu items link to your pages in Adobe Muse, and I'll show you how to do that in Adobe Muse. All right, so there we go. Example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the menu items, and you can change this line color here, change the border color, change the trigger color. Everything is customizable within these menus, and again, it's fully responsive, and it's just great. I really like this menu. I remember when I was coding and I used this menu, I thought it was so cool, and the fact that I was able to merge it with Adobe Muse is just really exciting, super exciting. So now you have access to this really cool menu in Adobe Muse through the widget. All right, so now I'm going to go over a quick example in Adobe Muse. So I'm going to open up Adobe Muse, and I think I'll probably go over menu 5 because I really like that one. And I'll do File, or let's wait till it loads here. Yeah, I'll do File, New Site, and I'll click OK. I'll open up Adobe Muse here, and to add the menu, it's fairly simple. You just, once you download the widget, if you decide to purchase the widget and download it, you'll get it to your email inbox, and then you download it. It's a zip file. You simply unzip the zip file and double click on the .mulib file, and it'll install directly into your Adobe Muse website. It'll be in your library panel. If you don't see the library panel, simply click on Window and then click on Library, and it'll bring up the library panel. I have it over here to my right in the right panel, so I'll just click on it there. Yeah, very good. And I'm going to scroll down, and here it is, animated border menus. And here you have animated border menu 1, 2, animated border menu 2, menu 3 with the links and with the settings. You have 4, and then you have 5 with the links and the settings. The one with the links, because there were so many options, I just made it into 2 widgets so that you could, see all the options and style the menu with the settings, and then add the links within the other widget. So I'll use menu 5 to show you an example. So I'm just going to click, hold, and drag and place it onto my Adobe Muse website. Click allow, and then here are my settings, my options here to style the menu, and then I'll bring in the links. So you want to bring in the settings first and then the links. So I'll click, hold, and drag and place the links in there, and then I can add the links and the icons here in these menu options. Okay, very good. So this is menu 5, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the border color. So I'm going to change it to, let me see here. Yeah, we'll change it to kind of this dark blue. Or you know what, let me grab a color palette from color.adobe.com. And I'll just grab a cool color palette so we can work with it. Let's use this one here, Pure Christopher. That looks pretty cool. And so I'll give the menu background color this blue here, and I'll just copy this. And then I'll just go into the border color, and I'll enter in the hex code. And there's the border color. If you want to use a font family name, I'm actually going to go over this. We're going to use a font family name, but let's keep styling the menu, and I'll go over that in a second. For the font color, let's go back to my color palette, and let's use this yellow here. So go in here, font color, just change it to that. And then for the line color, we'll use, let's use this light blue. Let's use this light blue here. Will that look good? Yellow. Yeah, we'll use the light blue there. We'll see how this looks. For the line color, we'll just hit enter. And let me show you what it looks like at the moment. So we have the trigger up here. We can see it's just a trigger, and that's what it looks like. So I'm styling all the colors. You can see I added the blue, the yellow for the font, and the trigger is yellow at the moment. All right, so I'll keep styling. And then so we set the font color, the line opacity. We can make that little line in between the menu options a little bit darker. So like if you look here, you can see it's not very visible, but I can make that more visible, those little lines, by setting the opacity to 1. So now if I hit Command-Shift-E, we can now see those lines in between a little bit better. All right, so that's the opacity. And then I want to add a background file, so I'm going to use my Muse for You logo. And the image width, I'm going to leave it at, or I'm going to set it to 40% in size. Actually, let's preview that and see how that looks. You see it's a little bit too big because the image is a little bit smaller. So I can change that by setting the percentage to 20. And if I preview, it is now 20%, and it's responsive there. So when you click the menu, you can see the logo. All right, very good. And for the background opacity, I'm going to leave at 0.3. The background color, let's change it to this pink there. Very good. And I'm just going to go into the background color and enter in the hex code. Yeah, very good. Yeah, very good. And the icon color, let's do this white here. All right. So we'll do we'll just enter in the hex code. Okay. And the text icon hover, we're going to set that to let's set that to yellow. All right, very good. And I'll paste that in there. All right, very cool. All right, let's see how that looks. I'll hit Command-Shift-E. And interesting, I mean, it has those colors. And yeah, the text icon hover, I wanted to change to yellow, I think. Or let me see the icon. Yeah, let's change the icon hover to yellow. All right. So you can see I'm just going through the options just to kind of show you the different options that you can use. And actually, we don't want to set the hover to yellow because the menu color is yellow, the font color. So we'll set it to pink. And very good. So text icon hover, and there we go. So now if I hit Command-Shift-E and preview in the browser, we can see it turns pink, and the icons turn pink when you hover over them as well. And we've styled all the colors. You can see it's fully customizable. So one thing that I didn't quite go over is actually we want to put these widgets. So I'm going to actually hit Command X to cut these and paste them into the master page. All right, so now they're in the master page. So every page that I create is going to have the menu on it. So I should have done that from the beginning, but yeah, so there it is. So you can see it's in each of the pages, and if I hit Command Shift D, because it's in the master page, each of the pages will have it. All right, very good. So now I'm going to create 5 more pages to kind of link the menus, and I'll just call it, page 1, page 2, page 3, and page 4. And yeah, we'll leave the home like that. So we have the home, page 1, page 2, page 3, and page 4. All right, very good. So now if we want to link, or you know what, let me just do like this, just to keep it easy. So we have 5 different pages, page 2, okay. So let's see, page, sorry, I'm kind of, yeah, so let's go backwards, page, I'm just changing the page names to make it a little bit simpler here. All right, so now we have page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, and page 5, and all of them have the menu. All right, so now if I want to link these different pages, I simply have to go into the links area, and here I can change the menu text. So I can say, page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, and page 5. And then I can set the icon. So again, I can go to Font Awesome. I'll leave the link in the description area. I can go to Font Awesome and change all the icons. And then I can link the menu. To link within the actual website, you just do // and then I'll do page1.html. So you just need the page name, so / in the page name. And I'll do page2.html, /page3.html, /page4.html, and /page5.html. All right, and then you can set, the icon buttons, the URL. So I'll do, museforyoushop.com. I'll do I'll do Facebook, facebook.com/museforyoushop, and we'll do Twitter as well. Yep, twitter.com/museforyoushop, and we'll do like the direct link to my shop there. Yep, or let's do, what other links? Let's do just Google. All right, there we go. All right, so everything is linked, and I'm going to change the colors of each of these backgrounds so you can see that we go to different pages. And I'm going to try to move fairly quickly now through this because yeah, I don't want the video to be too long. And there we go. I'm gonna change this yellow because the trigger color is yellow. Oh, and that's one thing I didn't change, the trigger color. So you can actually, change the trigger color. Oh, I did change it to that yellow. You can change the trigger color to anything you'd like, which is kind of, that trigger button that triggers the menu to come out. All right, so those are similar colors there. Let me change this one to that. All right, cool. All right, so now I'm gonna preview these each in the browser. The way Muse works, kind of like you got to preview, or you can just go to File, Preview Site in Browser. I think this works as well. Let's see. Yeah, it does. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so let me backtrack a little. So I've just changed all the colors. I've added the menu to the master page. So now I'm going to preview the whole site in the browser so we can see the menu working and going to the different pages. So I'll go to File, Preview Site in Browser to look at all the pages. And I click on the menu, there it is. So we're on page 1. I'll go to page 2, and I'll go to page 3. I'll go to page 4 and page 5. Perfect. And then we set the icons, Muse for You Shop. And this icon here goes to Facebook. This icon here, the plus, goes to Twitter. And I can pick Twitter icons and stuff, and Facebook. I think it has, Facebook icons. Yeah, it just has a bunch of icons, so you can pick the one that corresponds. And then here we just have Google. All right, so you can see it works really well, works perfectly. You know, you just style the widget, add the options there, and everything works really well. All right, and then you have the logo. We styled the colors, and it's just amazing. So, you know, and one thing I'll do, let me just create a new site. I'll just show you what the default colors look like so you can see how much different styling we did to it. So I'll go back to the menu, and I'll do 5 settings, and I'll do 5 links there. Command-Shift-E, and you can see it's kind of, this is the color it was initially, and then we styled it a bit differently. I mean, the blue is kind of similar, but even if I wanted to change the blue, I could just go back in here and, oops, excuse me, yeah, into the master page. I'm in the wrong site. There we go, a master. Go here to the options, and for the border color, you know, let's say I wanted it black, I could do that. File, preview, site in browser, and now I click on it, and the border menu is black. Or I could change it to pretty much anything, like, you know, maybe this nice green here. The colors might not look that great, but oh, it's not bad. All right, cool. And it has the hover effect there. Very nice. And we can change the hover color as well from that pink to like yeah, purple, or we can do maybe this light orange. All right, so it hovers, not so nice. I mean, the colors. All right, I'm just having fun with colors now, so just to show you how much you can customize it. Cool. I set it to white. White looks nice, but then we have to change the icon color, so we'll change the icon color to like a light blue. All right, I think that's enough of me styling, but you know, and you can't really see it that well, but I'll leave it for now. You can see all the styling. And sorry, let me just one more time change it to like something that looks kind of nice on there. We'll change it to kind of this yellow, or this, yeah, this yellow here. Command-Shift-E. Yeah, that looks bad. Looks not bad. Very good. So yeah, and I could even change it to the colors of the same text colors here for the icons. So yeah, pretty much everything is customizable. I know I just kind of went through a little design thing there, but yeah, everything is customizable. And yeah, it's a really a lot of fun. You can change the background image, so I'll change it to like, you know, this lion here, kind of like this image of the lion. Preview site in browser, and you know, there it is. And I'll make the line a bit bigger by setting the percentage. Oh, one thing I didn't go over, I'm glad that I just remembered. So there's, you know, the image of the line. One thing for the fonts, let's say you want to use a font from Typekit or from the Adobe Muse fonts, you just simply type in text. So I'll do this is some text. All right, and then I want to select a font. So I'll select from any web fonts here, and you want to use web fonts instead of system fonts, because web fonts are better for search engine optimization, because the search engines can actually read what's in the text, and they'll know what the site is about, or the image or the site is about, because it's in the code. All right, so let's say I want to use this rock salt here, so I'll click on that. So now I hit Command-Shift-E to preview in the browser, and we have this is some text here, and what I want to do is right click, inspect element, and then scroll down over here to the right in my styles option, and then we should have, yeah, here's the font family. So I simply want to copy anything after font family, and I want to hit Command-C to copy, and I'm going to go back into my widget, and in the font family name, I'm going to paste that in there. All right, looks good. And we're going to delete, or we're going to cut this and paste it on the page, because if you put it on the master page, it'll be in all the pages. So I just put it in the first page here. So now if I go to File, Preview Site in Browser, and I click here, we can see the font is that rock salt. So you can use any font. You can, any font in Adobe Muse, any web font, you can use it for the menu. And so that's pretty amazing. You can choose from all the Typekit fonts. Like you could actually go to, you know, if I go in here to the first page, excuse me, I know this video is getting a bit long. Go to the first page, and you can go to add web fonts, and you can just choose from like all these Typekit web fonts and Edge web fonts, and just like, yeah, pick all these fonts. And on top of that, you can choose from over 700 Google fonts. So if you wanted to do that, you'd simply click on the menu, on the widget options, and just delete anything that's in there. And now you can select from Google Fonts, and I'll just use like this one, Qtiv. You can select the font weight. You can also select the font weight for the Typekit fonts in Adobe Muse, and you can set the font size, menu font size, and all that stuff. So there's that. Qtiv looks cool. And I can set the font weight. You can make it more bold if the font has that option, excuse me. And I can set the icon size too, so I can set the icon size maybe a bit smaller, the font size a little bit bigger. Let's preview that, and it's bigger, and the fonts are a bit smaller here. And if I wanted to move these fonts down, I could, because when you make them smaller, it goes up a little bit. So I could set the margin to, you know, like -20, and the fonts should be a little bit lower. As you can see, it looks more aligned there in the center. So sorry, I know I went over a lot. This widget has so many customizable things, and I just wanted to give you everything and show you everything you can do with this widget. So I'm not going to go into more styling. I'm going to just kind of stop myself there, because I could, you know, have a field day, and I'll just change it back to my Adobe Muse image here. And I said I wasn't going to do any more styling. All right, so hit Command-Shift-E. There it is, and I'm going to File, Preview Site in Browser, and there it is, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5. All right, very cool. So looks cool. You know, I just styled it a bit differently there for the menu options. I mean, you could pick any text you want, any size. You can change the size of the fonts, of the icon font. Select from Font Awesome, icons. You know, change the size of the text here, put whatever text you want. You don't want to make it too long, because it might kind of break the menu a little bit, so you got to keep it within certain characters, but, you know, keep it fairly short, and it'll just look nice with the short menu items there, like, you know, about, you know, services, I think might fit depending on how big you make the font size. I'm going to stop myself there, because I know I can go into a lot of styling options. And I know I was going to stop, but there's one last thing for the opacity. Let's say I wanted the opacity of the background to be fully solid instead of a little bit transparent. I just set the opacity there to 1, and I'll go to File, Preview Site in Browser, and I'll click here, and now you don't see any, or excuse me, background opacity. Yeah, we shouldn't be seeing any Preview Site in Browser. Oh yeah, I know why, because we have to change in the layers, kind of. This is some text has to go on the bottom layer. So okay, I'll just do this real quick, and let's put that there. There we go. That should do it. I just put it on a different layer so that the menu is on top of everything. All right, let's do one more time, and there it is. So it's completely solid. You don't see anything in the background, so you can change the opacity there. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna stop here, because I know the video is fairly long. Just enjoy the widget. You can check out the widget options when you preview the widget, and yeah, it's just really fully customizable. I feel I'm gonna make good use of this, because I just, you know, even if I do want to do a little bit rebranding or redesigning, I really like the way this menu works. It's nice and simple. You can change all the colors to match your, you know, your website, your styling. And you can use any fonts and icons, and it's just really simple and very direct, and you can do branding in the middle there with your logo or an image. So it's just very clean and simple. And I only showed you the 5th menu. You have 4 other menus to choose from, so you can check that out in the examples that I set up on the preview page. And yeah, just have a lot of fun with this widget. Again, to access the widget, you just go to museforyoushop.com, go to Shop Now. Click on animated border menus, click on, or, you know, you can add to cart to purchase, or you can click on preview, and it'll go over kind of everything I just mentioned, and you can watch the video that I've just created. All right, and you can check out the widget options and everything. All right, sounds good. So I think I've went over everything, and I've pretty much gone over everything. And thanks for watching this video. I know it was fairly long. I was just really excited about it, and showing you all the options and all the things you can do with this widget. So enjoy the widget. It's fully responsive. It'll look good on desktop, tablet, and mobile. And you can have a lot of fun, and even if the person scales the browser within the menu, it responds to the browser. So yeah, just a lot of fun. Really excited to be offering this, and I had a lot of fun making it. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks to all my subscribers for subscribing. If you like this video, you can subscribe as well, and there'll be many more videos and widgets to come. And yeah, thanks for watching again, and I'll see you in the next video tutorial.